to Washington. Now, when is a game just a game, and when does it become a sport? That's what a judge is being asked to decide after Sport England, who give funding to sports to try to increase participation, ruled that the card game bridge is no more a sporting activity than sitting at home reading a book. Nick Hyam reports.
Most of us think we know what sports are. They involve a mixture of physical exertion and skill. Even when there isn't a ball involved, they're competitive and they're sociable. And that's pretty much the definition used by Sport England, the government body set up to make us all healthier and more active. But what about mind games, like the genteel pursuit of bridge? Not much physical activity involved, perhaps, but it does require skill, it's highly competitive, and you need plenty of brain muscle. The same goes for chess. Mind games like these are sports too, says the English Bridge Union. And here at London's Bridge and Chess shop, they say playing at the highest level is surprisingly physically demanding.
All the top players nowadays have to achieve a high degree of physical fitness to actually be able to play at the top level. So they all have fitness trainers, they all jog, they all go to the gym, and without that you simply can't withstand the pressures of modern chess, which sometimes involves playing for 6 or 7 hours for 9 days at a time.
Today's case is just the latest in a long series of legal moves by the English Bridge Union. At stake for both bridge and chess is partly money, access to grants from Sport England and the National Lottery, but also the higher profile and greater participation that might come from being recognised as a sport. As things stand, Sport England defines hot air ballooning as a sport, as well as driving hovercraft in competition and angling, another sitting down activity. Bridge and chess are considered sports by the International Olympic Committee and the UK's charity laws, but not by the Council of Europe. The question for the courts is Sport England's refusal to recognise bridge as a sport a reasonable one. Nick Hyam, BBC News.
Let's talk to Peter Stockdale from the English Bridge Union, who've taken their quest for recognition as a sport to the High Court. He's in our Oxford studio. Thank you for talking to us. How do you respond to that comparison between your game and sitting reading a book?
Well, I think that's a slightly flippant comment have been made by Sport England's lawyers. Whilst sitting and reading a book might be a pleasurable pastime, it certainly doesn't involve the levels of skill, dedication to training to perfect your skills at the game. It doesn't have a competitive element. It's not recognised by the IOC as a sport. It doesn't meet the definition laid down by Parliament in the latest Charities Act. I could go on for reasons why this is not a sensible...
But I mean, Sport England say their job's to promote fitness, and bridge isn't getting the nation any fitter.
It depends on how you view fitness. If you're talking purely about making your limbs stronger and more energetic, then possibly not. But they do support a number of activities that don't have that benefit to them. And I think if you're talking about general health, then there is no more important thing to make healthier than your brain, and bridge certainly does that.
What about the argument about the budget? They only have so much money, and if you accept bridge as a sport, then you open the door to things like Scrabble, like chess, and that dilutes the money available to other activities.
OK, there's 2 points to address there. The first is that we're not in the short term wishing to access their funding. All we are really hoping for is the recognition that bridge is a sport which will enable us to bring it to a wider audience and make it more accessible to the general public. The second point about it opening the floodgates to other activities. There are only 5 mind sports recognised worldwide and by the International Olympic Committee. These include bridge and chess. But that's where it ends. It's limited to just 5 activities. It won't open the floodgates to other sort of more sedate pastimes. If
you are looking for recognition and that is all you want, I mean, haven't you got that already? I'm reading that you've got world leaders like China's Deng Xiaoping, Mahatma Gandhi, Winston Churchill all played bridge, and Martina Navratilova, Bill Gates, and the late Omar Sharif. I mean, what more could you get? What more could you wish for in terms of recognition?
The opportunity to make it available to a wider audience in schools, for example. If a school is providing sporting activities, currently bridge isn't one of those that would fall under that remit.
Peter Stockdale, thank you very much indeed, joining us there
No problem.
from
Thank you.
Oxford.